Hello students, what we are going to discuss today is about waterways. In the last videos, we have discussed about the roadways as well as the railways and pipelines. And today we'll continue with the chapter and topic is waterways. Since time immemorial, India was one of the seafaring countries. Means how the traders were coming in India with the help of sea routes, right? So its seamen sailed far and near. What is there? That seamen means the person those who are sailing the ships. What they are doing? They are sailing the ships far, means to the other countries as well as near within the country, thus carrying and spreading Indian commerce and culture. So what is there? Why they are moving from one country to another? To carrying and spreading Indian commerce and culture. How culture they are expanding? Culture they are expanding in a way that they are moving from here to the another country. Whatever culture the Indians are having, they will put influence on the others too. So waterways are the cheapest means of transport. What is there? Which is the cheapest means of transport? Waterways of transport. They are most suitable. They are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. For carrying heavy and bulky goods, which way is the cheapest mode of transport? That is waterway. It is fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. As well as India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 km in length. Inland waterways means within a country. Out of these, only 3,700 km are navigable by mechanized boats. What is there? 3,700 km it is used by the motorable boats. Others are used by that hand boats. The following waterways have been declared as the national waterways by the government. Which are there? Let's see. These are the inland waterways. That Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia, that is known as the national waterway number 1. It is of 1620 km. And the another one on the Brahmaputra river between Sadia and the Dubri, 891 kilometer, national waterway number 2. And the third one, the West Coast Canal in Kerala, Kotapurma and the Common, Udyog Mandal and the Champakara canals. It is of 205 kilometer and it is national waterway number 3. And what else is there? The other viable inland waterways include Godavari, Krishna, Barak, Sundarbans, Buckingham Canal, Brahmini, East-West Canal and the Damodar Valley Corporation Canal. These are there except these Ganga, Brahmaputra and the West Coast Canal of Kerala. So what next is there? So apart from these, Indians trade with foreign countries is carried from the ports located along the coast. 95% of the country's trade volume, 68% of the terms of value is moved by sea. What is there? That 95% of the country's trade volume is moved by sea. Right, it means 68% in terms of value, means of the GDP. 68% of GDP and 90% of the trade is moved by sea. So what is there? Next, major seaports. Major seaports. What is the total coastline of India? Coastal boundary of India, that is 7,516.6 km. India is dotted with 12 major and 181 medium and minor ports. India is dotted with 12 major and 181 medium and minor ports. Right. These major ports handle 95%. These major ports handle 95% of India's foreign trade. Right. Which ports? That 12 major port. These ports are handling the 95% of India's foreign trade. Which are these 12 major ports? Number 1, Kandla Port. Number 2, Mumbai Port. Number 3, Jawaharlal Nehru Port. Number 4, Marmagaon Port. Number 5, New Mangalore Port. Number 6, Kochi Port. Number 7, Tuticorin Port. Number 8, Chennai Port. Number 9, Visakhapatnam Port. Number 10, Paradip Port. Number 11, Kolkata Port. And number 12, Haldia Port, that is in Kolkata, West Bengal. And what about the Kandla Port? What about the Kandla Port? It was the first port developed after the independence of India to ease the volume of trade, on the Mumbai port. What was there? There was a lot of pressure on the Mumbai port. To reduce the pressure on the Mumbai port, what they did, they made the Kandla Port. It is there, Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat. And Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious, natural and well sheltered harbor. Means spacious port is there, so much space is there in this. And Jawaharlal Nehru Port develops to decongest the Mumbai port and serve as the hub of the port for the region. Right. Next is Marmagaon, premier iron exporting port. Main iron exporting port, that is Marmagaon Port. It is there in Panjim, Goa. And about 50% of the iron ore is exporting from this port, that is Marmagaon Port. Next is there, that is New Mangalore Port. It is there in Karnataka, Mangaluru. Caters to the export of iron ore concentrates from the Kudremukh mine. What is there? It is exporting the iron ore from the Kudremukh mines. So these were some major ports. And in the next is airways. The air travel today is the fastest and most comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. What is there? That airways is the fastest, most comfortable as comparison to the other modes of transport, and prestigious. Prestige means इज्जत बनाने वाला, टोरा बनाने वाला, is the mode of transport. What is there next? This airways can cover very difficult terrains where it is not easy to go, like high mountains, dreary deserts, dense forest, and also long oceanic stretches with great ease. Means we can cross the oceans with very great ease with the help of airways. Think of the northeastern part of the country. What is there? Marked with the presence of big rivers, dissected relief, dense forest, and frequent floods in Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and international frontiers. In the absence of air transport, air travel has made access easier. But is there? If there is air travel, then what is there? The access of these areas is very much easy. And next is there that the transport was nationalized. The air transport was nationalized in 1953. When was the air transport nationalized? The air transport nationalized in 1953. When was the air transport nationalized? In 1953. On operational side, Indian Airlines, Alliance Air, subsidiary of Indian Airlines, private scheduled airlines and non-scheduled operators provide domestic air services. What is there? This provide means there is domestic as well as national or international air services. Air India provides international air services. Pawan Hans Helicopter provides helicopter service to Oil and Natural Gas Commission on its offshore operations. What is there? Pawan Hans is providing the help to the Oil and Natural Gas Agency on the offshore operation. Offshore means not on a shore. to inaccessible areas and difficult terrains like northeastern states and the interior parts of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Uttaranchal. What is there that Pawan Hans helicopter is providing help to the Oil and Natural Gas Commission, where the area where it is difficult to take the oil and natural gas. So what is there? They are providing help. Indian Airlines operations also extended to neighboring countries, South and Southeast Asia and Middle East. These operations are going to the other countries too. So this was there. And another thing, air travel is not within the reach of common people. It is still luxurious. It is only in the northeastern states that special provisions are made to extend the services for common people. What is there? In the northeastern state, the rate of ticket is less, so that every common people can use these services. Right? Purposely they have did this. And next is their communication, and in the next video we'll discuss about communication and types of communication, as well as we'll discuss about the international trade and trade as tourism. Right? So till then, make the questions and revise the chapter thoroughly. Thank you.